There is a town in the United States where smoke rises from the ground, toxic gases escape from cracks in the earth, and the land itself is slowly collapsing. For more than 60 years, a fire has been burning beneath the streets. This place is called Centralia, located in the state of Pennsylvania. Centralia is one of the strangest ghost towns in the world. Today, only a handful of people still live there. Most of the houses are gone. The roads are damaged, and nature has slowly reclaimed the land. But beneath the quiet landscape, an underground fire continues to burn. To understand how this happened, we have to go back more than 100 years. Centralia was founded in the mid-1800s after large gold deposits were discovered in the region. At that time, coal was one of the most important energy sources in the United States. Factories, trains, and homes all depended on coal. Because of this, mining towns began appearing across Pennsylvania. Centralia quickly grew into one of these communities. Immigrants from many countries came to work in the coal mines. Families settled in the town and built homes, schools, and churches. By the early 1900s, Centralia had become a busy mining town. Thousands of workers spent their days underground, digging coal from deep tunnels beneath the earth. These tunnels stretched for miles below the town. Life in Centralia revolved around the coal industry. Miners worked long hours in dark, dangerous conditions, but the work provided steady income, and the town continued to grow. For decades, Centralia remained a peaceful working community. However, everything changed in the year 1962. That year, a fire started in the landfill located near the town. Local workers had been burning trash in the landfill to produce waste. At first, this seemed like a routine activity, but something was terribly wrong. Flames from the trash pile spread into an exposed opening in an underground coal mine. Once the fire reached the coal seam underground, it began to spread rapidly. Coal can burn for extremely long periods of time, unlike fires on the surface. Underground coal fires can continue burning for decades. The fire moved through the mains and tunnels beneath the town. At first, local officials believed the fire could be controlled. Several attempts were made to extinguish it. Workers dug trenches to try to stop the fire from spreading. Water